Welcome to M Squared TechCast, a live show offering the latest news and interviews with the people driving business, technology, and politics in Michigan.
So we have an interesting show, a pretty diverse show, lots of stuff going on. But as you know, we also, one of our publications is Michigan Marijuana Report. So we cover marijuana business, not consumer. And so we have with us Joel Ruggiero.
Ruggiero.
Yeah. God, I should let you take the name because I always butcher names, right? Co-founder and chief horticulturist at C3 Industries. But when did you open in Ann Arbor? Just recently, right?
Yeah, our corporate office just opened a couple months ago.
Really?
And we are under construction for our cultivation facility in Weberville.
Uh-huh.
And our Detroit store just opened last week.
Ah, and that is where in Detroit?
It is on 2037 Groesbeck Highway in Detroit. So
Okay.
If you haven't visited the store, please go check it out.
All right. So we were talking beforehand, and Michigan is not your only operation. You're also in Oregon, right?
Yeah. We have an established presence already in Oregon. We've been operational for about just shy of 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going well, and our next little venture is Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, you said you got involved in this business quite some time ago in Colorado. Talk about that.
Yeah. I started in the business in 2011. Medical cannabis became legal in 2009 in Colorado. I didn't find my way out there to about 2011. Worked for a major company out there for quite some time until I ventured off to Oregon to kind of branch off and do our own thing.
Huh.
Okay.
And no, I know one of the ties here is your two co-founders. You'll have to name them here. Are both U of M graduates, right?
Yeah. Encore and Vishal Rangta, they are U of M graduates. And Encore is based here in Michigan, and it just kind of made sense for us to come back to Michigan and really kick things off.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so let's talk a little bit about the product itself and what you're going to be offering. Your product line is?
So we offer a full range of cannabis products, obviously flower, concentrates, and we'll do a line of vape pens, cartridges, and edibles as well. Our retail locations are branded high profile. We're looking to have around 20 stores in the next 18 months
Wow.
in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
With the first one already online in Detroit, and then the second and the third one will be in Ann Arbor, and the other one will be in Grant.
And where?
In Grant.
Oh, Grant.
Yep.
Okay.
North of Grand Rapids, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Okay.
And then what future locations are you looking at elsewhere in Michigan?
Well, we like to plant our flag kind of all over the state.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, we're eyeing Lansing.
Grand Rapids, I imagine.
Yeah, all the major hubs of Michigan. We like to kind of plant our flag.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, don't bring it into Lansing because they're big consumers there, and we don't want to, affect their studies or anything.
Yeah.
So, what is your dispensary? What is your store? What are they going to look like? Describe the store too.
Yeah. High Profile is our retail brand. The stores, I would, they are kind of a modern look on the cannabis. I wouldn't say so much as an Apple look, but we kind of have our own little our brand kind of etched out in the stores. You'd have to come check it out to actually get a look for yourself.
Ah, okay. It sounds like an invite to me, man.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going after the podcast. I'm going down to the store, so if you want to come, we can go.
Ah, okay. So let's talk a little bit about the stores themselves. When you say high-profile store, what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, so we high profile as a retail front. We wanted people to understand that yes, it is a cannabis dispensary without making it too hokey. So the branding around high profile is very when you see the sign, you'll know what it is, but it just is screaming loud and it's kind of hokey. A lot of brands are a little bit hokey when it comes to cannabis, so we wanted to be a little more refined and just mature as the branding goes for the high profile brand.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife and I took a vacation to Colorado in 2017, and one of the things I noticed was in some of the more allegedly conservative areas, seemed like there were more marijuana shops than there were in some of the hippie havens like Estes Park. There aren't any. The town council decided they didn't want the extra traffic, I guess.
Some of the high tourist areas, they kind of shun them away. So,
But yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see where the concentration of them was.
Yeah.
And I have to think of it as a lot of people using it for pain relief and other just rather than just recreational.
Yeah, just recreational. Yeah. Colorado demographics are a little bit different, but they kind of zone the retails to be in certain areas. Obviously, Colorado's a high tourist area too, so they didn't want too much of a bad image.
Yeah. So I was in Amsterdam 2 years ago, and the cafes are quite different there.
Yeah, yes.
I just had the coffee, though. I just, want a disclaimer. And so when you go in there, people are consuming. We don't do that yet in Michigan. I don't know if they do that in Colorado either, but is that coming? Are we going to have Amsterdam-type cafes?
Yeah, I like to think, the problem with, obviously Michigan's medical at the moment, recreational soon coming.
Yeah, next year.
It gets kind of in a sticky situation where, especially when tourists come in town, you're allowed to purchase the product, but you're not allowed to consume it, obviously, in your vehicle or in a hotel or on a public space. So where do you go to consume the product?
Right.
I think it's a natural progression to kind of move towards coffee shops, as they call them.
Yes.
It's just a matter of time. Kind of where are the consumers consuming the actual product in a safe space?
Okay.
So what's been your experience with state regulators? I know you must be working with them fairly heavily on getting these locations out.
Yeah. We've worked extensively with many regulators. Michigan has been one of the more easier states to work with the local municipalities, where some of the other states we've worked in, it's been a little bit more difficult. Michigan has welcomed us with open arms in most cases to help us kind of walk us through the process.
Previous administration would not have. So that was quite a change. I mean, the Attorney General was totally opposed to it in the previous administration, and the current one is not. And, of course, the governor is a big supporter of it as well.
Yeah, that helps. It's very helpful.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about your facility that you're opening, 34,500 square foot in Weberville. So where does that stand now? Is that you're just building it? Or?
Yeah, I was just there this morning. We like to think that doors will be open for cultivation in the next couple of weeks. It's been an extensive project. The facility itself will have house cultivation, extraction, and an edibles kitchen, all under one roof. We like to think we're going to have plants in the ground. That's just a saying. It's indoors, actually, in the next couple of weeks. And the idea is that we'll have product to market probably in about 4 to 5 months.
Okay. Well, that's pretty fast.
Yep.
And, of course, the beauty of indoors, of course, Michigan, we have a short growing season, 5 or 6 months, but if you're indoors, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah. We run a perpetual cycle. The facility itself, we're able to produce about 500 pounds a month out of the facility.
Wow.
And all the product that comes out of the facility on the cannabis brand will be called Cloud Cover Cannabis, which is our established brand already that we have in Oregon. So it could be, it's going to be really exciting. And then the line of concentrates will also be called Cloud Cover Concentrates. And then hopefully those will be in our stores, high profile stores in the next few months too.
Well, both Michigan and Oregon being cloudy states, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
You got to go into Washington State next, because I lived in Seattle for 7 years, very cloudy there as well.
Yeah,
so.
well, actually, Washington's a little bit more difficult to be an operator, but, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Matt.
Let me ask the Matt question.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Yes. This is a question I started asking every guest that we have during the last recession when jobs were hard to come by. Are you hiring, and if so, for what skill sets? What are you looking for?
Yeah, we are hiring. I should probably plug our website right now.
Sure.
Please go check out cloudcovercannabis.com, and we do have a jobs page on there. We are hiring for multiple positions, anywhere from cultivation techs to packagers, all the way up down to our retail level, where we actually have bud tenders, receptionists, the whole nine. We're looking to hire probably about 300 employees over the next 18 months.
That would include retail, though, as well.
That's
right?
retail. That's the company as a whole is looking to hire about 300 employees.
And at the facility, the grow facility, 50 or so? Or?
Yeah, at the cultivation facility in Weberville, we'll probably have a staff anywhere between 40 to 60, depending on how things turn out there.
Well, let me follow up with that then. Since this is a brand new industry, how difficult is it finding people with those kinds of skills? Or did you train?
Well, that's a great question. We look for a wide range of skill sets. We actually prefer in some of the jobs that we hire a fresh slate. We like to kind of train our employees, our techniques, our styles. And then some of the jobs are more high-level jobs where you do need a formal education or background in that particular section to be able to get an interview. But we take anything from, high school education all the way up to, a doctorate degree. So
Yeah, some of our universities, I believe, is it Michigan Tech or is it Marquette? What's the school in Marquette?
It's
Lake
Northern.
Superior,
That's Northern, yeah.
A couple of the UP schools are offering degrees now in cannabis chemistry.
yeah,
It's kind of, they announced those earlier this year.
Yeah, and one would think Michigan State would probably, being the agricultural school,
Yeah, it
would
should.
have some kind of horticultural program.
yeah.
So-
Cannabis botany is a specialized type of botany itself too. It's not like tomato production or tulip
Right.
production. So as the years go by, you will see probably more colleges taking on cannabis type programs.
Yeah, there's still that cultural bugaboo there that you got to get past.
Yeah, and that's the thing about cannabis cultivation. The way it's produced and kind of the needs of the plant itself are very unique compared to any other type of plant species. So I do believe that in the next couple of years, you'll see more of these programs go online.
Got 3 minutes left, Matt.
Okay.
What else how would you compare again? Let's go back to the Colorado market versus the Michigan market. What advice would you offer folks in Michigan? Because everyone's still groping here, trying to figure out what's the best way to do it.
Yeah, and how are we going to do this? Right, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, everyone's kind of going through the growing pains out here in Michigan. Right now, I wouldn't really compare Colorado and Michigan. They're kind of not the same kind of animal, I would say. Obviously, we're going through the growing pains in Michigan, but the state has really helped us kind of coddle us through the process. We all of our producers were trying to get online. Everyone's trying to get product out to the market, so the patients do have a clean product they're able to consume. So I like to say that give it some time and kind of all the kinks will get sorted out. But if I were to compare Michigan to Colorado, they kind of went through the same growing pains back in the day as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So talk a little bit about give me some details on the products you'll be offering. I mean, obviously plant, but.
Yeah, so one thing we like to pride ourselves on is a lot of our cannabis, the flower that's in smokable form. We will be bringing a new library of cultivars or varieties to the market in Michigan. One thing we pride ourselves on is consistency. Every time you buy a variety from us, that's the same type of variety you bought in 6 months. 6 months later, it will be the same consistency.
The McDonald's of cannabis, right?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call us the McDonald's.
Consistency.
Yeah, we're consistent. So all of our flower will be branded Cloud Cover, and every variety will be a little bit different. Cloud Cover concentrates will be the same thing, curated kind of concentrates. And then as far as our edible lines and cartridges, we're still working through the branding process on those.
So are you going to get into the indica varieties as well as the...
Yeah, we have everything. We have everything from indica, sativas, hybrids. Also, we do have a wide variety of CBD type varieties that we also will be cultivating. Keep your eyes peeled. Wherever you're into, we will have that particular variety available on shelves.
All right, we're going to have to call it quits for this segment. One more time, what's that website where they can find out more?
Yeah, you can go to cloudcovercannabis.com, and then please go check out our store, High Profile. It's in the Detroit area.
Okay.
Joel Ruggiero, co-founder and chief horticulturist for C3 Industries. We'll be right back in just a minute with another segment of the M-Squared TechCast. For right now, it's Matt Roush.
And Mike Brennan.
And you're watching the M-Squared TechCast.